and welcome to Mrs Patnell's Phonics, and this is week 2 and lesson 2. Okay, so today we are going to look at our flashcards of our phase-free sounds, so we keep those digraphs, trigraphs and single sounds fresh in our heads for reading and writing. We're going to look at some of the tricky words as well, the common exception words that you might find in your book bag as your keywords, okay? And then we're going to have a go at reading some sentences, and if you want to push yourself, you can have a go at writing those sentences after you've stopped the video, and it would be great as usual to see your pictures on tapestry, because I love seeing how you're doing with your phonics on tapestry. It makes my day, okay? So we're going to start with our flashcards. We put my T and my Satsuma behind my board here, and let's find our flashcard. So we are just sticking with our phase-free sounds as usual, okay, because I think you know all your sounds from phase 2. Our first one, sh, j, unk, w, x, z. Usually at the ends of words or ends of syllables, the beat in a word is when you use 2 of them. Qu, ch, or the, A, E, I, Captain. O, the short or the longer oo, oo. R, or the one that looks like a church. Ow, frown at me, ow. Oi, oi, ship ahoy. Pull it out of our ear. Air. But mostly yeah. Like a mixer. Yeah. And that's our and oo, second one for that, because it has 2 sounds. Okay, that's all of your phase 3 digraphs, trigraphs and single sounds. And now we're going to have a look at writing some of those sounds that we wrote before. Had a bit of a moment there. So with your whiteboards out and your pens or your pencils and your paper, if that helps, then I want us to revisit a couple of sounds. So the first one I want to revisit is the trigraph ear. So try and think of those 3 letters that we always pull out of our ear. What 3 letters make up the word, the sound ear, and what order do they go in? Very important to get the right order, otherwise it won't make the ear sound, okay? So pause the video if you need some thinking time or some writing time, but I'm going to do it with you now, okay? So the ear trigraph is an E, followed by an A, and last of all of those make the ear trigraph, okay? Right, now I want you to write on your board the digraph ow, like when you're frowning and you say ow. 2 letters making 1 sound for this digraph. What 2 letters do you need, and in what order? Pause the video if you want to think and write. I'm going to do it with you now. It is an O, so write like a curly cat, but go all the way around to the top, and a little arm reaching out to eventually join to the next letter when you move further up in your school careers. And the next letter that goes after the O is So whoosh up, come down, up, down, up, and a little arm reaching out on the wall as well. So ow sound, ow. There it is. Lots of lines going on in that wall. Remember, cursive whoosh to the top, down, up, and a little arm out. But when you go down and up, do them like they're kind of wonky. So if you just go straight up and down, you'll just be drawing over the same line over and over again. So make sure they come at a bit of an angle so that they can actually have gaps in between them. Okay, so that's your ow sound. Now can you have a go at doing your sound? Now you can write any one of the on your board, so have a practice. You can write more than one of the You can go for this as we do in my class, like the church or you can go for the or sometimes like mixture. So have a go writing it on your boards, and then I will do all three and you can see if you've got one or two or even three of them. So have a go, pause the video now if you need to have a go at writing one or two or all three of the sounds on your board. Okay, I'm going to do them with you now. So let's go for the mix first. In the right order, you would need an F first, followed by a R to make your sound. The other way of doing the sound, let's go with the church That would be an followed by a R. So for that sound. Or if you're going for the but sometimes sound, really like this one, remember? So it would have an just the same, a R, just the same, but then an on the end, so you know it could be the sound, like in mixture. Okay, so there we are. You have any one of those three, or all of them if you like. Okay, excellent. Today, guys, we are now going to move on to having a look at some of the common exception words, those key words that pop up in your book bags that often don't quite go with the phonics rules that we know. Parts of them are helping you, and parts are being tricky. Okay, so we're going to go on to have a look at reading those ones from phase 2 and phase 3. And I'm going to throw in 2 more as well, just so that you get a real knowledge of all those words to help you read them quickly in your reading books. Okay, so bear with me a second. Okay, so our common exception words that we've learned, often known as our keywords in our book bags. I'm going to show you the ones from phase 2 and phase 3. We're just going to flick through them, look at the bits that are helping us and the bits that are tricking us, okay? So we have this one. Hopefully you can see it okay there. We've got helping us, but then this is making an O sound, so no. Next one, the is helping us, but then the y is making an I sound, so my, be, me, her, was, he. Put your tongue out for that digraph at the beginning. They, you, we, all, are, she, to, go, the, into, I. Okay, so that's our common exception words from phase 2 and phase 3. I also want to go through these 2 with you today, okay? The first one looks like this. Okay, so this is what our first one looks like. If I was to blend it, it would look like aid, said. But we don't say said, we say said. Okay, it looks like it should just have an F sound in the middle, but it doesn't. It's being a bit tricky. So these 2 are helping you out, but this is making more of an S sound in the middle here. So rather than saying said, every time you blend said, think, it's not said, it's said. Okay, and that might be popping up in our sentences in a minute, so look out for this one, not said but said. Okay, the other one that I want you to consider is this one. Starts with a S again, like said did, but then the O is making an O sound. Okay, so it's a bit like when we had no just now, the N was helping us, but the O was making an O sound. S is helping us, but the O is making an O sound. So, as in, so, what are you doing today? So, okay, it's not the same as if you're sewing your socks, that's spelt in a different way, but so, what are you doing today? So, okay. Right, now, I want to show you 2 sentences, and you can pause the video while you stop and have a go at reading these sentences, okay? And then I will just carry on and read them with you. So if you want to have a really good go at doing it by yourself, and I want you to have a really good go doing it by yourself, okay? So pause the video and have a go at reading it. Now, if you just think it looks like too much, just tackle one word at a time. And if a word just seems too tricky, read the other words before it and after it. And it might make some sense. You might be able to make a bit of a guess looking at the first sounds, what that word might be. But you do know all of these sounds in this sentence, and those that are being tricky, we've just been pointing out to you. So, look out for those common exception words, those slightly tricky ones, okay? So here is our sentence. Hopefully you can see it clearly on the camera. Always start our sentence with a capital letter, okay? Finger spaces between each word here, and at the end of our sentence, a full stop. So we've got all the punctuation we need in this sentence. Now we've just got to read it and work out what it's saying to us. So, capital A, but when it's by itself as a word, it's A. So A, 4 sounds, L, O, st, lost, 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 A, lost. Now we've got, I might just put some sound buttons here actually, to give you a hand. So we've got digraph, single sound, single sound, single sound, okay? Ch, I, m, p, ch, imp, ch, imp, chimp. A lost chimp. 4 single sounds here. F, out, felt, felt, felt. A lost chimp felt. Aha! There's one of those common exception words I just wrote on my board. Okay, it's not how you'd write the sew of your socks, but it's how we write this kind of sew. A lost chimp felt so. 3 sounds, nice easy ones. Sad, sad, sad. A lost chimp felt so sad. From an exception word there, helping you, making an E sound. So I'm going to give it a tricky line. He. A lost chimp felt so sad, he. 1, 2, 3, 4 sounds, okay? Wept, 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 wept. A lost chimp felt so sad he wept. Oh, it's a very sad sentence. Hopefully he finds his mum. I'm now going to turn it over. So if you want to have a go at reading this sentence by yourself, and as I say, I would really like you to, pause the video now so you can see this clearly on the screen. And then you can have a good go at trying to read it yourself. Use your phone and flicky fingers to help. Think about spotting the digraphs in there, okay? And look for those common exception words too. Note that we've got a capital letter to start our sentence. So don't say I, because it does have another letter with it. It's just making an I sound, but it's a capital one. So it looks like that, not because it's the word I, but because it's starting our sentence, okay? So capital letters, lovely finger spaces between each word, and finishing our sentence with a full stop, okay? So all our punctuation is here. Now let's have a go at reading it. So, it is, we know this one, it's in our keywords, is, it is. 4 sounds here. B, e, st, b, Best. 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 It is best. 3 nice easy sounds here for us. Not. 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 It is best not. We know this word. 2. 4 sounds here with this one. J. A. M. P. Jump. 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 It is best not to jump on the, we recognise that. 3 sounds here, nice easy one for you. Bed, bed, bed. It is best not to jump on the bed. Probably a good idea. Okay, so if you want to have a go at writing those, your adults can repeat the sentence back to you. And when this video ends, you can have a go at writing in your print books, on your whiteboards, or just any piece of paper. You can have a go at writing, it is best not to jump on the bed. Or you can have a go at writing, a lost chimp felt so sad he wept. Or you can do both, okay? So have a good go at writing those in your books. You can do it, you know all the sounds. So don't think, oh, I don't want to give it a go, I might not know what I'm doing. Because you do, you really do. If you struggle with any of those words, just have a think about those sounds. Use your phase-free mat in front of you to give you a hand to think of what those sounds are like, because sometimes they don't always stay in our memory. So have that mat there to help you, okay? Have your flashcards nearby if it helps, okay? Maybe adults can say, all right, you don't quite know how to write the ch sound. Lay out 3 cards and say, which one of these is the ch sound? And then you can pick it. And then you're still doing all the hard work there, but it just makes it a little bit easier to remember if you've got a choice of 3 rather than trying to pull it out of your whole memory, okay? So only have a really good go at writing that sentence. If you're finding the whole sentence really tricky, you could just maybe have a go at writing chimp. Or you can have a go at writing sad, okay? Or with the other sentence, you could have a go at writing jump and bed. So if you don't want to do the whole sentence, there are words you can pull out to think of those sounds you can hear and write them on your boards, okay? So, that is the end of our phonics lesson today. I'm hoping to get my alphabet map up running again soon so that we can sing our alphabet tune as well, so we don't forget the names of our letters as well as our sounds. But by all means, pull one up at home on the internet. There's quite a lot of images of alphabet maps on there, and then just go through singing the good old A, B, C, D alphabet song, and then your parents can say to you, okay, look at this letter here, what sound does it make and what's its name, so you can find out how well you remember the sounds and the names of those letters of the alphabet. But do sing the song at least, because it keeps it fresh in your mind, and I will hunt out my mat so we can have a go on one of our lessons in the future. Okay, so take care guys. I will see you again tomorrow for our last phonics lesson before Easter. I know, it's so sad, but I'll see you then. Bye bye.